Hey guys, it's Chill here again. If you've ever been to a university library in Vancouver, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The intensity, the focus, and let's be honest, the occasional nap at your desk because you stayed up way too late cramming for exams. Today, I'm going to take you on a little journey into what it's really like to study in Vancouver's university libraries, especially when the pressure's on during finals. First impressions, the calm before the storm. When you first walk into a Vancouver University library, there's this palpable sense of calm. It's almost like a quiet sanctuary where everyone's on a mission. Whether it's the first week of classes or the middle of the semester, the library is always buzzing with students, though in the quietest way possible. And I'll admit, when I first walked in, I thought, wow, this is serious business. Do I even belong here? Spoiler, yes, you do. But it's not just about finding a place to sit down and study. Vancouver University libraries, like those at UBC or SVU, are designed to make you feel productive. The architecture alone, with the tall ceilings and modern design, makes you feel like you've stepped into a cathedral of knowledge. The natural light pouring in from those massive windows helps, too. It's the kind of environment that makes you want to open up your textbooks and get to work. And if you're new to Vancouver, just know that finding a good study spot in the library is like a treasure hunt. You'll quickly figure out that some spots are better than others. Want a quiet space where you can hear a pin drop? Head to the top floors. Prefer a bit of background noise while you study? The lower floors or caf areas are your best bet. The finals frenzy, the real test begins. Okay, now let's fast forward to midterms or finals season. This is when the library transforms. You walk in, and it's a whole different vibe. Gone are the relaxed students, casually flipping through textbooks. Now, everyone's got their heads down, surrounded by stacks of books, highlighters in hand, and maybe even a coffee for drip on standby. I'm only half kidding. The best way to describe the atmosphere during finals season is intense, but also weirdly comforting. Everyone's in the same boat. We're all stressed out, trying to make sense of the mountain of information we need to memorize. But there's this unspoken bond among students. You'll glance over at the person across from you, and without saying a word, you both know the struggle is real. It's a shared experience, and somehow that makes it a little less overwhelming. Now, I'm not saying you should wait until finals week to start studying, but let's be real, some of us thrive under pressure. And during finals season, the library becomes the ultimate battleground. Finding a good seat during this time? It's like trying to score front row tickets to a concert. You've got to be strategic. Some people even get there early in the morning and stay the whole day, claiming their spot like it's a prime piece of real estate. My secret weapon: study group shares where things get interesting. During one particularly stressful finals week, I found myself struggling to keep up with the material. You know that moment when you're staring at your notes and nothing seems to make sense? Yeah, I was there. But then I stumbled upon something that saved me: study groups. Now, I used to be one of those students who preferred studying solo. I thought study groups would just slow me down. But in the middle of my breakdown, I decided to give it a shot. I joined a study group that was meeting up in one of the library's group study rooms, and let me tell you, it was a game changer. Study groups in the library are awesome because they offer something you can't get from solo studying: perspective. Everyone in the group brings something different to the table. Maybe someone's really good at a concept you're struggling with, and vice versa. You bounce ideas off each other, explain things in simple terms, and suddenly, the material starts to click. Plus, when you're working with a group, you're more likely to stay focused because no one wants to be that person who's slacking off while everyone else is grinding. And it wasn't just about the academics. I ended up making some great friends through those study groups. There's something about bonding over shared stress that brings people together. We even made plans to meet up after finals were over, which, by the way, is a huge motivational boost when you're knee-deep in textbooks. Let's talk about resources. Vancouver's university libraries are loaded with tools that make studying a whole lot easier. For starters, they've got entire sections dedicated to course reserves. That means if you don't want to drop a ton of cash on textbooks, you can borrow them for free from the library. It's a lifesaver, especially when you're on a tight student budget. But the library's resources go way beyond just textbooks. They've got online databases that give you access to thousands of academic journals, research papers, and ebooks. Trust me, this comes in handy when you're writing that last-minute research paper and need credible sources. One of the coolest things I discovered was the library's workshops. They offer sessions on everything from academic writing to how to properly cite your sources because let's be honest, citations can be confusing. These workshops are super helpful, and they're usually run by people who know exactly what professors are looking for in your assignments. Oh, and did I mention the library's tech support? If you're ever having trouble with your laptop or need help with formatting a document, there's usually a tech help desk in the library that's there to save the day. The power of time management. No, I'm not going to pretend like I have all the answers when it comes to time management. I've had my fair share of all-nighters, but one thing I've learned from spending so much time in the library is that managing your time effectively is key. The library has this magical way of making you feel productive, but it's still up to you to use that time wisely. One trick I picked up is something called the Pomodoro technique. It's where you work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. After 4 rounds of this, you take a longer break. It sounds simple, but it's surprisingly effective. The library is the perfect place to practice this because there are so many cozy corners where you can focus without distractions. Mental breaks matter. Speaking of breaks, let's talk about mental health. Vancouver's libraries aren't just places to cram knowledge into your brain, they're also designed to help you recharge. During finals season, the library staff sometimes bring in therapy dogs to help students de-stress. Yes, you heard that right, dogs. Nothing beats the stress of exams like petting a fluffy dog in the middle of the library. And if dogs aren't your thing, the library also has quiet relaxation rooms. These are spaces where you can meditate, do some light stretching, or just close your eyes for a few minutes to reset. Trust me, taking these little mental breaks can do wonders for your productivity. In the end, Vancouver's university libraries are so much more than just buildings full of books. They're communities. They're places where you can learn, grow, and even make lasting friendships. Whether you're pulling an all-nighter during finals or just casually studying between classes, the library offers everything you need to succeed. So next time you're feeling overwhelmed, remember that the library is there for you. Take advantage of the study groups, the resources, and yes, even the therapy dogs. Because, let's face it, university life can be tough, but with the right environment and a solid support system, you can handle anything. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more tips on surviving university life in Vancouver. Until next time, keep calm and keep studying.